like that. Heh. So listen, today we got LeBrosman, Bros, and Cuz. No Parker today, sorry.
No Parker.
Sorry, folks, and no, this one might surprise you. No Brandon.
No Brandon.
Sorry, ladies.
No Ian, no Austin.
The other
Implying
Austin the one time.
Yeah.
No, what game was it even?
Where's Austin?
What? Did you imagine?
I think it was Twilight Princess.
No,
He was here for one day. I think it was part of Doom.
I actually think it was part of.
Oh yeah.
I think it was part of Star Fox. Or am I thinking of Ian?
I am almost certain he was here for part of Doom, but I don't know the other.
All right, let's talk about all the besides the special guests we had on, like Mush. We had a special guest once. Let's talk about all the one timers. Finch was a one timer.
I don't even remember that.
He was dude. It was Castlevania 4, one of the unwatchable early videos.
Oh right.
There was that time when everybody was it was during a Here's My Magic segment where there was just like a bunch of people that I didn't know.
Mush and Cody were over here watching football, and they were like,
Cody.
"Can we stay?" And we were like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah, and then they right.
I was surprised.
Oh, yeah, that was Mush.
I can understand that Mush would like that game, but I was surprised. I was later talking to Cody. I was like, "What do you think about the game?" Because Cody's like definitely one of those like, I like sports, I like wrestling, you know, kind of thing. He's not like when he plays games that are like Madden and WWE, you know what I mean? And he was like, "Dude, it looked pretty cool," and I was like, "Damn." Ham is literally the great bringer together.
Is he part Russian?
He is the most white.
Literally, yeah. He's somehow whiter than me and Trevor. Somehow.
Implying that Russian isn't just like a
Russians
subset.
are Asian.
You're Asian.
Nice. That was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
So we had that. We had Jordan one time, but nobody ever saw it.
Oh yeah, we want him back for that.
I would. I legit would. We ought to do it sooner rather than later because he's planning on like legit moving to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he would be like, Spencer.
You finally asked after I moved to the western part of the state, huh?
He just kind of has that voice.
Ooh, you know who we're gonna have in August?
Who are we gonna have in August?
Big Michael Kenny. We'll definitely do one when he's here.
Oh, I'll finally get to meet the man, the legend.
He's a legend, all right.
And I haven't really indulged in the myth,
I think
so
the only
that'll be
stuff we're
awesome.
gonna do is probably like fighting games, arcade games, and shooting games.
Well, probably whatever current game we're doing will probably also be like, hey, watch me currently do this game or whatever. But Michael's a very cool dude. He's staying here for a week in August. Pretty stoked. He really likes fighting games. Like he travels for them and stuff. And once a week he has a huge tournament at his house where like when we were there like 50 people showed up. Maybe like 35 people showed up. It was just crazy.
Wild.
And
That's so fun.
despite hating Smash in general, a ton of people were there to play Smash, and I was like, dude, why even... And he had it set up and everything. I was like, why even have it set up, man? Oh, well. Who else? Like I said, we had May on once. We had Brandon that one time.
Brandon once.
Austin once. Now I want to know that the one time Austin was here.
It was
Ian
a
was...
Doom segment. I feel like it was Twilight Princess segment too.
I think it was longer than that, because he hasn't been working at the store for, like, a good long period of time. Ian was actually here for, what, like a good 2 months, and then he just didn't want to come anymore.
Yeah, he kept having stuff to do.
We just...
Sure.
Yeah, he kept giving excuses for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then after that he's just like, eh.
I mean, if he was like, can I come for LPs, I'd be like, sure, whatever. But, he doesn't want to. Is that it? We need to get more one-timers. We need to get more one-timers.
Let's grab.
Why is he... How can you scare me twice? That's really weird.
I mean, if we had Nick, Ben's brother Nick, we literally would be forced to do Age of Empires again. Age of Empires again. How could we possibly have Nick here and be like, let's not play Age of Empires?
Yeah. Well,
And we would have to record his screen just to see the BTFO.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe one of us has gotten significantly better. over time and the other has not.
Is that you getting better and him not?
Well, I've been playing. Okay, well, I've been watching a lot more, like pro Age of Empires. So,
Do you
actually,
think you could beat him?
I could probably beat him. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on if I'm like stupid with like my civ choice. Like, if he's going goth, which I know he does, and I go Mongols just because like they're my favorite, like then I'm gonna lose. Well, not even necessarily, but 9 out of 10 times I lose.
There's a time block hidden.
Which is stupid.
If you would use Lens of Truth, you could see it.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think that's it. I think that's all the one-timers we've had on. Gotta get Finch again. Just next time, Trevor, next time let us know when you're just gonna do a random Castlevania game and we'll be like, Finch, come.
Okay,
Alright, we're doing Castlevania
I don't even know what I would
Legends.
do. I was thinking about doing Rondo of Blood,
Castlevania-
but I couldn't do it
Castlevania
consistently.
Adventure.
I'm at the same point with the first 3 Castlevania games. Like, I want to do them, but 1 and 3 are so hard that I don't know if I can, like, do it, like, quickly, and 2 is too annoying to learn.
By the way, this guy, terrifying as a child.
Yes.
When I was doing this boss, I randomly, like, stopped the music, and I don't know how.
Huh.
Hey.
I think one time, I don't know if we can do it, Trev, but Finch and I really want to do a Castlevania 4. You know how they do those speedrun battles where, like, they have 2 people running? Is that possible for us to do, where we, like, record both of us playing?
Well, we would have to have entire 2 Super Nintendos with 2 capture cards, or 1 person playing an emulator on the PC.
I could play an emulator. I don't mind doing that. Hook up, like, a 360 controller or whatever. I'd be fine with that.
I just don't know how to do it.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. I mean, the 2 Super Nintendo is not a problem. They would be, obviously, 2 capture cards.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know if that would work. Because we have 2 capture cards, I just don't know if they would work at the
Yeah,
same time.
if we could do that where he plays on the SNES and then I play on the emulator, I'm fine with that. Sounds cool. I want to do that sometime because every time we talk about LPs, he's like, bruh, when you gonna do that? Got C4, bruh. That's how he talks.
Wow.
Whoop.
Wow.
I actually see Finch out and about every now and then.
Yeah? What, in, like, Lancaster?
Yeah. Mostly at my old work. But
Oh, at the,
Go to the hookah.
It's not the, it's not the same name anymore,
it
right?
is Ursa Lunar.
Yeah.
Ursa
That's what the, okay. So they're like, they mention it once in a while, Ursa Lunar, and I'm like, what is that? Like, I never bothered to look it up.
That is the new hookah place.
But is the one in Reading still the same?
That is still the pillar, because it's still the same owner.
Ah.
Like, he sold off the Lancaster location because, like, he had a kid and everything, and just, like, going between the 2 locations is
Well,
getting
too much.
a bit too much. What the heck?
Yeah, that makes sense that he would go there. Mr. 18-year-old in a 28-year-old's body. Bruh.
Well, I'd still go there.
Ursa Luna, bruh.
Yeah. And anyway, I see him there, and I never, ever talk to him at all. Probably should.
Nice.
Ben, the greatest of all. Ben's that guy that you see going down the street, and you just look the other, like, you turn around, oh, I gotta suddenly go this way.
Well, no, it's more like I'm just, like, not terrible. I'm
I'm the type of
Very
guy
not
that if I see
socially
someone from,
inclined.
like, high school or something, I do avoid eye contact. And there has been a couple times when they're just like, hey, bruh. I'm just like, oh, God.
Well, it's not that I'm avoiding him. It's just that I'm just like, oh, well, I don't have anything specific to say to you.
Oh.
Just like hi, basically. Say hi, and that's about it.
That is way too much commitment.
I just go, heh, and then go away.
So this could be very bad if it doesn't give me my shield back. Okay, good.
Well, what's your if it doesn't give you your shield back? What's your
I mean,
choice?
you can buy a shield again. It's
Is there
really-
actually a chance that it just like completely eats it?
That happened to me in the Fire Temple in practice. So
Huh.
it's-
Cool. Neat. We talked about this before, but the toughest one, everyone who's like at least 5 years past high school has this happen where someone will be like, "Hey, Spence, what's going on?" And you're like,
I don't know.
"Dude,
who you are.
you're like, I recognize your face," but you don't want to be like, "Hey, you."
I bet in your situation, there's a lot of people that talk to you for the first time in like 6 years, and they're like, "How much cash can I get for this?"
Rip.
That's extremely cool.
The I don't know. It's tough because I'll be like, I don't want to be like, I don't remember you at all. It'll be like, who are you again? Hey, remember we went to elementary school together and middle school and high school? We were in homeroom every single year for like 13 years. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got it. I got
Great.
it.
And how do you spell your name again? It's Mike. M-I-K. Right, Mike. Martin. Oh yeah.
My name is Mike Martin.
Sometimes when like people have very generic names for this area, it's like even worse. Like we legit have 4 unique people in the system at CIB named Ryan Miller. So if our Ryan, oh that's another one. That's he's a one.
Oh yeah.
a one.
He's a like a.
Oh no, he's been here
not
like
one
two
time,
or
but-
3 times.
Yeah.
But like if we didn't have
Always
our
a pleasure.
if we didn't have our Ryan Miller, it would be like dang.
Incredible angle.
And you know what's funny?
Yeah, that was
the
weird.
other 2 Ryan Millers that I know that come into the store are also very nice. There's something just about that name.
Wow.
Wow.
So, Millers out there, consider naming your firstborn son, or, you know, just any born son. Consider Ryan.
Ryan, it's good. It's a good
It's
name.
a good name.
Especially if you're gonna live in
People love it.
Lancaster.
Nice.
Lancaster.
Nice boy. Very nice boy.
Very nice. Oh, I see. Yeah, Ryan, we want like legit like we're like, hey, we're doing NES Christmas. You want to come? Yeah. And then we had him over one other time. I think it was specifically for. No, it was. I know I played Bloodlines, but was it specifically we invited him for Bloodlines? I don't think you didn't.
Whoops.
Did you upload that one yet, or did I just forget about it? I think you did.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It was
yeah,
Bloodlines
yeah,
and
he
something
was- he
else.
was over
Oh,
that.
Mutant League Football.
That's right.
Was there an NES game we played as well? We normally have him over from Maness.
Ah, jeez. Why would he be over for Maness?
Isn't that crazy? Dude, eventually he's gonna get to the point where he's just not gonna be able to get any NES games anymore, and I'm gonna be lay sad. Cause like, for his birthday and like I guess, you know, Christmas and maybe their anniversary or whatever, he's like, hey, my wife got me this random game that's like $40 and it's stupid. But eventually it's gonna be like, what do you still need? No, you know, Little Samson, 1990 Nintendo World Championship card. Oh, okay.
But he's gonna get it one of these days.
I'm lucky in that for the only thing I ever want to really complete Sega Saturn, it's like, what do you still need? No, Madden 94, Madden 95, Madden 96. Oh, what about the really, like, crazy ones? No, I just need good copies of Madden, which is actually impossible.
I'm so cool.
Dude, that was cool.
So that entire room, for whatever reason, is like leads to nothing. You grab those rubies and you get to a room that gives you 20 rubies, and you're like, cool.
Do you think Oot would be better with, being able to...
More of these faces, please. That would make it better.
being able to quick change through stuff like
Yeah,
that?
they even fixed that in like just the immediate sequel, like Wind Waker.
That's right, you can.
So they knew that was a problem, especially in. But yeah, I wish you didn't have to pause so much, and I wish the hover boots weren't the worst ever. Like, I hate wearing the hover boots.
They are just too whatchamacallit, too
Wait, what the heck?
slippery.
They give you the physics of ice, but it's just incredibly awkward. I'm not even gonna mess with these guys. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. Like, when you do, like, a jump slash, it, like, you don't go anywhere.
Are these in the normal game? Are they also memories, or are they only like the redeads or whatever?
I don't remember a lot from the original Shadow Temple.
I think the
past a certain point.
I think the original does have mummy ones too.
I have a feeling that if there's mummies, let's try this. What was it saying? If there are mummies, it's probably in the Spirit Temple only.
It looks like there's one there. Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, you know what game I've been watching recently on speedrunning?
What you been watching recently on
That's
speedrunning?
not what I wanted.
Bundle of Arrows, huh? Parasite Eve. Apparently, recently, for little to no reason, the community's been getting, like, decently big on that, where, like, 4 or 5 very good runners have been, you know, doing that. That's one of those games I would definitely consider doing for LPs.
Oh, get away from me.
I guess my only major... Oh my god.
I can't do anything.
That was pretty cool. I guess my only major thing about that is that game has a lot of story. Like, not a lot, but for a game of its type, a decent amount of talking and stuff, and you really, really, really don't want to skip it, unless I would, like, be, like, very quickly explaining it while we were going through. Because, like, I mean, it's literally about mitochondria.
I really actually want to do a Parasite Eve 2 LP someday. But
Maybe I'll do one and you do two.
That was a good dodge, by the way.
One hurts.
I was even kind of planning it out today when I was watching it. You know that Chrysler Tower? After you beat the game, they have this huge... Do you remember that Onimusha thing Trevor did?
Yeah.
Where you just keep going down? It's like that, except for way longer. It's like 100 floors, and each floor is like a legit, like, 2 or 3 random encounters, so it's like very long. And at the end of each 10 floors, you fight a boss that gets increasingly harder. But when I watched today, the guy started at level 40 at the start of the tower and ended at 99. Like, and he went through the whole game from level 1 and beat the final boss on level 40, and then that was like nothing compared to the Chrysler Tower, so...
Is that mandatory or optional?
It's optional. So I was even thinking, like, if I do that game, because that might be, after I'm done with FS7, that might be, like, you know, a possibility. And I was even, like, trying to map out how I would do it. And I think I would just, like, because you really don't want to watch, like, it would be such a waste of time to, like, have us sit here and watch me do all these random battles. And you can't save during it, so maybe possibly we could do something where, like, I start on level 10 and fight the boss, and then we do another quick game, like Ben plays, like, a segment of something, and on off-screen I get to 20, and we just show the bosses? I don't know. Cause,
or
like,
you just don't do it and who cares?
I guess. Or maybe I could just, like, show the final boss, because the final boss, unfortunately, does have, like, a very, very, very major story thing that if you, like, don't do it, you'd be like, wonder why that wasn't resolved. But,
Yeah.
that's such an excellent game. And you know what? 2 does not get the love it deserves. I don't think it's quite as good as 1. It's a completely
I think
different
it's
type
a
of
way
game.
more fun game, but I definitely do prefer the first one out of charm or nostalgia more than anything.
Yeah, 2's gameplay is great. 1's gameplay is a little like...
Hey, I love this screen shaking. Really epic.
Do you have a fairy?
Yeah.
So that's one that I could possibly do, because kind of like Trevor with Oot, I only have 2 more segments of Final Fantasy VII, and I finally grinded. So that's all done. It's just a matter of... Dude, Emerald Weapon is just a tank. So all you have to do is be strong and just heal a lot. Ruby Weapon is such a meme of a battle. Like, everything you have to do is so specific. It's like, kill off 2 characters before you start. For some reason, like, Emerald Weapon, I'm strong enough...
Hades and you pretty much win.
What, against Ruby?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it stops him.
Ah. Because I know he can be paralyzed. Emerald, yeah, like I said, Emerald Weapon I beat easily. Like, at no point did any of my characters die, but Ruby, because I was just trying to fight him without looking it up, I, like, got totally destroyed.
Yeah, Ruby's a little bit too much of a gimmicky fight to be, like, super fun. It's pretty much you go in with one character, use Ruby, or use Hades, and then, you get good.
Yeah, I'll have to try the Hades thing. The thing that I looked up last night after I lost was that, like, you just get this item, and the item essentially just paralyzes him. The only thing that sucks is it only paralyzes his main body, and for, like, 1 turn. Like, it's nothing, so you constantly have to have somebody just throwing that item at him constantly, and, like, that's their thing. But I'll figure it out. Rip getting the Master Materias, but so it goes. Oh, well. And then after FF7's done, man, like, I've probably done, like, 5 of my top 10 games. I really ought to stop doing, like, my top 10 favorite games, you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I still have a lot of games that I want to go through, but... So this is one of the weirdest rooms in the entire game. So you see this thing, and you're like, what is this? Is it a shadow? You look above, and it's just blackness. And you're like, what could this be? Why is it only showing up in the thing? So, you eventually blow up the thing, and it's one of these guys, for no reason.
Wow!
And I'll do this fight because it only takes 2 hits. Well, I guess 4 if I'm slashing.
But yeah, I've done, out of my top 10 favorite games, I've done FF7, I've done Mario RPG, I've done Brain Fencer Musashi, I've done Mega Man Legends. Granted, it is over, like, a course of years, but... And I wouldn't consider Parasite Eve to be top 10, but it's probably top, like, 20. And, oh, and I did Clock Tower, too. Man, I did most of my top 10. Trevor did one of my top 10s, but he's better at it, Resident Evil 4.
You still have, so the only thing you get in here is 20 rubies. Oh, no, okay, normal arrows, but that's all you get. So you're just like, why is this room so specific, and why does it give you absolutely nothing?
That's super weird. You know what, I've only done Silent Hill 4, so I could do Silent Hill 1. If I feel like constantly being scared.
This is another room that they changed weirdly. Like, there's just a key lane here, and if you do the normal puzzle of blowing up those things, it just gives you rubies. So there's a lot of, like, really weird, interesting changes they made to Master Quest, but a lot of them are just like, why?
That's one where they're like, we have to change the room. Why? It's everything we want. Have you guys played Outlast? Either of the Outlast
Please
games?
give it back to me.
I have not.
The only reason I asked is that Trinity came out
Oh,
for
dude,
the...
I tried the first one, and it is literally my least favorite type of horror possible. Where it's literally just jump scares, and, like, you have no control over everything.
Here's the thing, like, legit... Okay, so first of all, you can see Parker and my opinion on Complete and Cast episode 30 or 31. It's one of those two. But I love, like, Outlast 1, I hated. And I love horror games. I love Amnesia, The Dark Descent, I love Penumbra, I love Clock Tower, I love those kind of games. But, like, legit, like, Outlast 1 is, like, a bad game. Its story is, do you guys, well, I don't want to give anything away.
I do not care.
Dude, its story ends up being, like, you guys know, like, MK Ultra from, like World War II, like, mind control kind of stuff done by the government. Its story literally ends up being something like that. And it's like fan fiction. Like, it's that bad. And, like, the game itself is so frustrating. But you know how like Outlast has become like a genre-defining game of a meme kind of thing? Like if you say Outlast, people are like, "Oh man, that's the horror game." You know what I mean? Like that's the game. I've like when I told people I was playing Outlast, I had 3 or 4 people be like, "Dude, you have to you have to tell me what you think of it." You know what I mean? And it's terrible. But then the crazy thing is I played Outlast 2 and I loved it. Like it's like top 5 horror games all time. Like it is so incredible. And it's like but like then you look up Outlast 2 reviews and it's like decent. You know what I mean? But like Outlast 1 has like a 9 out of 10 on Steam. Like an aggregate score of 9 out of 10 on Steam. So I don't know. Parker and I came up with a kind of a conclusion to it in that what we think happened is that like people play the game and they just get so scared because it is very scary that like these people that are reviewing it just tried it out for 20 minutes and were like, "Oh, it's scary," and then just gave it like a 10 because it was scary and like never continued on it. Because there's no way someone would be like, "Dude, how'd you like Outlast? It's great," if they like played it and had to deal with like the second half of the game is just terrible. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's a couple of the reviews I was reading on Steam. People were like joking. They're like, my impersonation of my impression of Outlast. Played for 10 minutes, crap my pants. Put the controller down. 10 out of 10. And it's like, but that's probably what you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really get scared. I got incredibly frustrated within an hour. And I was like, this game is trash. And then I just quit.
It legit is trash, though. Like, there's a difference between hard and, like, trash. But, like, when the enemies can literally, like, see you non-moving in the dead of dark, and you're just, like, beyond frustrated, it's like, I don't know, I absolutely hated that game. And I wanted to love it. Yo, question of the part. Both of you. Ben, wake up.
Yep.
Ben. Do you need a low-carb monster?
Do you have one?
No, I don't.
I don't.
You got some of my coffee, though. You want some coffee?
Do you have coffee?
Yeah, I got this iced coffee. I'll go grab a cup and give you some.
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I got soda.
Alright. Question of the part for both of you.
By the way, Bongo?
I hate that boss so much.
And you know what? They say Bongo's even bongoing to this day. If you listen carefully enough, you can hear him bongoing.
Like, the entire fight is just so weird. Like, you have this, like, rotating or bouncing platform. If you don't have the hover boots on, it's literally unplayable. But because of the hands moving up and down, and you're moving up and down, you have to shoot them, and it's just like, what is happening?
So, question of the part for both of you.
Yep.
I just said mine on my opinion on this. What is a game, maybe the most recent or the most famous for you, that you went in wanting to love and just ended up hating? Like Outlast, I so wanted to love it and just be like, it's the greatest.
I gotta admit, I sometimes play games with the expectation of